Hi, welcome everyone. This is Derek Wright from the Freedom Calling RV Show, and this is a channel dedicated to giving tips and tricks for full-time families. Either full-time families that are looking to get in an RV full-time, they haven't quite made the first step, to families that are actually making the transition, and to families that are actually on the road full-time. So essentially this channel is dedicated to helping those families get their footing and avoid all the mistakes that we've made along the way. If this is your first time watching the channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button below, and when you do that, hit the little bell icon so you can get notified every time that we publish a new great video. Alright, let's get started. So today's video is how to make money living in an RV full-time. How do you actually make money living in an RV full-time? That's a question that everyone will ask before they actually take a step to do this full-time. We had the questions, my wife and I had the questions, how are we going to make money while we're on the road? Yeah, the lifestyle seems great. You're traveling all over the place, you're homeschooling your kids, you're doing what you feel like you're called to be doing, but how are we actually going to pay for it? Well, you know, biblically, if you look back in biblical times, Paul, who was a messenger of Jesus, he went to talk to people, and you have to look at how did he make money. You know, although he was fulfilling his mission and he went out and he did what he was supposed to do, he actually had to pay for that mission. How did he do it? He was a tent builder. He had to find out how to make that money to actually fulfill what God was calling him to do, to actually go preach and evangelize across the world, right? So what we have to do is we have to figure out what is going to be our tent building. How are we going to build tents, right? How are we going to make the money to actually do what we're called to do, or what we feel like we're called to do? Well, there's several ways to do that. Obviously, we can't have a job that's stationary, because we would have to come back to it every single day or every other day or every week. We have to find a job that we can actually work remotely, and there are several out there. There are several ways to make money on the road. I'm going to go over a couple of ways that we make money. And the first thing you have to realize is the key to making money while traveling full-time in an RV is to not have one position or one job. The key is multiple streams of income, because we have to stay flexible. The key number two is, if we don't already have an entrepreneurial mindset, we have to get that. We have to get that entrepreneurial mindset. And what I mean by that is we have to value or we have to stop putting so much value on security. All right, if you want to travel full-time in an RV, you're going to have to let go a little bit of the idea of having a secure job, because when you look at secure jobs, the people that actually are hiring for secure jobs and full-time positions, they want security themselves. They want people that are in one spot and that are going to do one job really well for a long period of time, so they don't have to get someone else in that job. They want security as well. So we have to give up a little bit of that security mindset, and we're going to have to look for positions that we can make money on, and find something that we're making a lot of money on and capitalize on that. So what do I mean by that? Well, one of the principles that I'm talking about right now is having multiple streams of income. So Stephanie and I have multiple streams of income. We have some streams of income that do better than others, and those are the ones that we spend the majority of our time on. However, we have multiple streams of income. That way, if one stream has a bad month, we can still count on the other streams to kind of balance out. Now, let me go over some of the streams that Stephanie and I have coming in, and hopefully it'll open up your mind a little bit, and it'll show you that you don't have to be 100% secure to actually travel full-time in an RV. So that's what I mean by you're going to have to let go of some of that security. So our number one source of income is marketing on the road. We market for small businesses while we're on the road. So what do I mean by that? It's mainly internet marketing. So we actually build websites, we build sales funnels, we run social media ads, we can actually update social media accounts. This stuff is actually really easy. It's just small businesses really just don't have the time to do some of this stuff. Now we can actually look at a website, a small business website, and we can tell if that website is generating leads or not. We can tell if it's optimized for SEO. And if we need a client, or if we want a client, we can actually look at a website and we can say, hey, Mr. Business Owner, your website is not functioning properly. It's not functioning properly in this area, and we think you could optimize this area of your website to actually bring you in more leads and more sales. Would you like us to do this for you? And that way, once we actually get to know a customer, then we can actually get to do more things for them, which brings in monthly revenue. So most of our clients pay us anywhere from $200 to actually one of our clients actually pays us $1,500 a month to manage his accounts, to do AdWords, to run Facebook ads. It really depends on what we do for him, but that's our main source of income. But what happens if one of our clients, for instance, one of our clients that was paying us really well, got a corporate job and no longer has his business, so we lost that monthly revenue. Now if we didn't have other streams of income, we would be fully dependent on that one stream of income. 80%, that was probably about 75% of our internet marketing was this one client. And when he left, we lost 75% of our internet marketing business. But we still have streams of income that we can count on. So the second thing we do is actually eBay. We actually sell or eBay arbitrage. We've done a little bit of Amazon arbitrage as well, but we just like eBay better. We find it suits us better. Now, the one thing I like about eBay is let me back up. I wish I would have started an eBay store when Stephanie and I first started talking about hitting the road full time. There's so much stuff in your house that you have to purge in order to get ready to move into an RV. We had 3 yard sales and we made approximately $1,200 between those 3 yard sales. I wish we would have had an eBay store much before or much earlier. That way we could have put everything in our household on our eBay store, and we could have been making money off of that just to save up for our RV. So we like eBay. It just suits better for us. When we're on the road, it's almost like a treasure hunt. We've actually incorporated the whole family. We've got 3 kids, and they love finding these little things that will sell on eBay when we go to places to find stuff to sell. They actually know what to look for now. One of my kids has actually opened up his own eBay store. So that's one reason why I like eBay. There's more about the eBay. I have a video, 5 ways to make money on the road, and you can actually check that out. I'll link it below, or you should see it in somewhere around here, right? So eBay, we like eBay arbitrage. We like selling the stuff that we're going to get rid of anyway on eBay, and we like going to places to actually find stuff to sell, like thrift stores and like estate sales and places such as that. We've even had friends that wanted to get rid of stuff, and they're like, here, you can have it, sell this on eBay. And so it works out well for us. Now, one downside to eBay, of course, living in an RV, is space. You don't want to get carried away with stocking up on too much product when you run an eBay store and travel full-time in an RV. One tip for that, I'll make a separate video for this, is you just want to set a small area apart in your RV, and that is your retail arbitrage section or your eBay store section. And don't go over that. And as you sell stuff, you can replenish your store. Now, I talk more about that in other videos, but just so you know, eBay is one source of income that we have on the road. Now, eBay is nice because the more work that you put into eBay, the more you're going to get out of it. It's as simple as that. We have had months where we actually focused on eBay and we did really well. The first month that we opened our store, I remember we made $1,200. I'd love to do a case study on that to kind of show you. And that was huge for us. Not only did we make $1,200, but that was on top of getting scammed. We got scammed out of $750, and we still made $1,200 in our first month. And our third stream of income right now is an MLM. We don't make much off of the MLM, but it is a little bit. We don't actually put a lot of work into our MLM. We only got into the MLM because of the products. We really like the products in this particular multi-level marketing company or network marketing company. But it does bring in some income. Every month we have, a certain amount that, is deposited into, actually we get a check, and, we don't really count on that money, but it's nice to have. We know that it's coming in. So usually that's kind of our eating out, a couple nights a week on that money. Now, if we wanted to grow that, we could. It's just my wife and I are just not really, it's not our thing. Our thing is not multi-level marketing. We know about it. We know how to do it. But right now we're just focusing on really our internet marketing and, when we want to or when we have time, our eBay store. So those are 3 income streams that really you get started with right away. We had to learn internet marketing. You could do the same thing. There are tons of YouTube videos. We had to learn how to do eBay. But the key is, what I want you to take away from this video is, number one, when you're looking for income to live full-time in an RV, don't look for one stream. There should be multiple streams of income. And there are many ways to make money on the road. I have videos. There are other videos out there in the YouTube land. But think multiple streams of income. Don't think about one stream of income. And number 2, you really have to open up your mind and think like an entrepreneur. If you are not thinking like an entrepreneur, then your mind is at you're still at that one job. We have to have one gig to make money. You are going to have to think outside the box. See, here's the thing with entrepreneurs. They don't care about that security because they know that if something doesn't work, they're going to try something else. There's a problem, we solve it, we move on. Whereas if you get stuck in the security mindset, you get really complacent. Hey, this is my job. I make a check every week. I'm going to get that check. It doesn't matter what happens. I'm going to get that check. But what happens is you get so reliant on that check that if a boss says, hey, I know you've been here for 16 years, but my business is not doing well and I have to lay you off. Now you are going into a state of depression because you have that weekly income that you were counting on is gone. And now you have to rush to find another secure position because you haven't opened up your mind like an entrepreneur. So hopefully that makes a little bit of sense to you. So number 1, multiple streams of income. And number 2, you really need to think like an entrepreneur if you're going to live full-time on the road. There are tons of ways to make money. You can find positions that allow you can have security and find a position that will allow you to travel while you work full-time. However, I would still recommend that you have multiple streams of income while you're doing that, because it's still, you're relying on one income, and anything could happen. Something could happen with your RV, something could happen with your family, something could happen with that position, and they could call you up and say, hey, we can't pay you anymore, and you're going to have to rely on another stream of income. So multiple streams of income, and start thinking like an entrepreneur. All right, that is today's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. If this was your first time, please hit that subscribe button below. And once you hit that subscribe button, there'll be a little bell icon. Hit that so you'll get notified every time that we publish a new video. Thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, continue that journey. Freedom calling, it's yours to take. All you have to do is start taking the steps. See you soon.